Thanks, Victor. Thanks to François Hoyer, to IFREMER, to CNRS, and all institutions involved in this forum, and also all individuals who are at its origin and who are active here. As you just told, Victor, I am a scientist, but not at all in the field of ocean science. My field of expertise is paleoclimate, reconstruction of past climate from ice core from polar regions, Greenland and Antarctica. And it is through this past climate change that I became acquainted with the ocean, which indeed is a key player in the evolution of our climate in the past. This applies in particular to the last million years, characterized by large glacial, interglacial changes. And I will give here only a few examples. First one, the change in carbon dioxide in atmospheric concentration with lower value during glacial and during interglacial period. This was evidenced over the last 800,000 years, is largely influenced by change in ocean productivity and circulation. Change in oceanic circulation are also, in this case, linked with the injection of fresh water due to the melting of icebergs in the North Atlantic. They are indeed associated with change in the atmospheric circulation at the origin of very rapid temperature change recorded in Greenland ice cores, up to, or even more than to 10 degrees C in a few decades. This was a big surprise in the 90s. Third example about sea level rise. We have large sea level change up to 120 meters. They have taken place over the last climatic cycles. And it is thus extremely interesting to understand how they occurred, the role of melting of ice sheet in the context of sea level rise associated with current and future global warming. In turn, it is really through its major role in our past, and also because of its strong link with the polar region, I am familiar with both north and south, that I have understood how this unique ocean is important for our today life and for our future. I fully share the view of Thomas Pesquet, of one unique and largely unknown and unexplored ocean, that we know so little about it, that we should take ocean exploration as seriously as space exploration, and that we cannot fight climate change and loss of biodiversity without taking into account the interconnectivity of the ocean, the climate, and the biodiversity. Since 2001, I have participated to all climate conferences, the well-known Conference of Parties. Indeed, these annual highly visible meetings largely ignore the ocean until 2015, as told by Lorelei. It is only since the Paris Agreement that its key role has been seriously taken into account. As you expressed, Lorelei, the situation has improved largely thanks to the mobilization of the ocean community. The ocean is mentioned in the preamble of the Glasgow Pact, noting the importance of ensuring the integrity of all ecosystems, including forest, the ocean, and the cryosphere. This is a real step forward which reinforces the recognition of the intangible link between the ocean, climate, and biodiversity, and the need to address them jointly in international climate and biodiversity processes. Still, you mentioned, but there is often a lack of interest for ocean-based solutions applied to climate change mitigation and adaptation. This concerns, for example, the potential of the ocean to contribute to the development of renewable energy. It also includes conservation measures which can protect carbon-rich coastal ecosystem from direct human disturbance and loss, and play an important role in limiting local climate impacts. The ocean research community has also been mobilized through the successive IPCC reports, in particular for the special report on the ocean and cryosphere adopted in 2019. You also mentioned it, Lorelei. The role of IPCC is not to make recommendations neither to policymakers nor to scientific community, but the need for more research on the functioning of the ocean and its evolution in a warming world is clearly illustrated in this special report. And generally, identification of climate research priorities at the international level largely benefit from the IPCC reports. We have just had the opportunity in the tour of different fields of research to hear about extremely interesting projects developed all around the world. Biomolecular evolution, ocean circulation, pollution, seafloor, use of the sound to detect glacial melting, ocean resources, blue economy, but also risk associated with sea level rise, and even more. At the national level, I fully adhere to the priorities just presented by Catherine Jardel and Yoon Chin, and defined in the new Ocean and Climate Priorities Research Program. Its aim is to organize French research with the goal of improving our understanding of the ocean ecosystem and better protecting it. Impacts of climate change, related extreme weather event in overseas lands, research in the polar region, characterization of the ocean exposome in order to protect marine ecosystems, innovative observation and modeling programs, improvement of the protection and resilience of marine environment, ocean resources, involvement of the society and of the general public are at the heart of this new and ambitious program. As far as I am concerned, I would like to point out the importance of ocean modeling in the frame of developing Earth and Earth system models in conjunction with observation from ships and in situ, but also from space. Critical questions have to be answered about the emergence and consequences of marine heat wave, about oceanic circulation, including its stability in the North Atlantic, this was mentioned, about the link between ocean state and extreme events, the evolution of El Niño in a warmer world is not really well known, the problem of acidification and desoxygenation of the ocean, reaction of coral reefs under the pressure of ocean warming and of acidification, about the evolution of the ocean carbon sink, which indeed is predicted to be smaller with higher carbon dioxide levels, and many more questions about biodiversity, pollution, resources and habitat degradation, or more generally about ocean health. To conclude, I will simply come back to the opening of this One Ocean Science Forum. It is crucial, I take these words from the introduction, it is crucial to build the most reliable source of knowledge to fight climate change because without science there is no future. This fully applies to our ocean.